back to Ventura for the 3C2A basketball championships here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. We move to our fourth quarterfinal, and it's Moorpark College, the top seed in the South, taking on College of the Sequoias, the 4 seed from the North. Jeff Stoynoff, Marcia Foster, Mike Cepeda, back with you from Ventura, and getting ready to bring up the starting lineups for you here shortly. And just a last word, a wrap-up on the thrilling finish between Ventura and Diablo Valley. And it's my understanding that we've had a bit of an update on what specifically the rule is.
Yeah, we were looking for some type of clarification, and we have received it courtesy of Mike Robles. It'll be on overlay 3 there, Emery. And then it's here's the rule. Out of bounds. So when you go to Article 3 on the out of bounds, the ball shall be out of bounds when any part of the ball passes over the backboard from any direction. I don't know if there was a case to make because the ball carried back the other way towards the court of play. Yeah. Didn't go back. But it's tough to see on the replay to see if any part, that means any part, a millimeter, a centimeter over the backboard, the back of the backboard. Did it touch? I don't know. So
I think it's, from my vantage point, it looked like a very good call. It was another really good call because I think the ball initially did move back and then sort of bounce forward and fall back into the court. But it was very close. But I thought upon looking at it a few times that they got it right. Certainly, I think one thing that should be noted as well is the official was in a very good spot to make the call right under the backboard and made the call immediately. So clearly that's what she saw.
Right. And according to the rules, like you said, she made the right call. But the benefit of instant replay, so I'm going to talk about that again. Having instant replay, I know there's a cost associated with it. It is so important for the integrity of the game because that would have put everybody's mind at ease. The officials go over, they look it, they see it. Because she saw like a 1 inch of the ball go over the backboard.
And that's all you need based on the rule. And we were thinking maybe it was the apparatus. I know the pros, the rules vary just a little bit. So it's Jeff, I think you're right. I think that's a pretty good call in the heat of battle, not in the flow of the game. In a big moment during the game, 1 second left, and the rebound had come off in favor of Ventura. They would have had a chance to tie the ball game up. But we now turn the page, and here's COS in the top seed in the state. Yeah,
Moorpark 1 second away from coming into this game undefeated. For those who might not have followed it, they have just one loss on the year. They're 30-1. That one loss, a buzzer beater against East Los Angeles College. So talk about being 1 second away. Meanwhile, College of the Sequoias, 25-1 after a 3-2 start. They make their third appearance in the State 8 in the last 5 years. So this is a team playing great basketball that has championship pedigree. So we've already seen the other 3 top seeds in the men's and women's bracket go right down to the wire, every single one. Let's see how Moorpark deals with it against a very good College of the Sequoias team. Brianna Calhoun at the control. She was the player of the year in the South. Just a dynamic freshman for the Raiders. Rangel, the touch pass outside, three-pointer, no good. And the rebound off to Sequoias. Here they come the other way. Short corner, and the jumper is up and good. That was Haley Scott knocking it down, and College of the Sequoias off to the quick 2-0 lead.
It looks like COS early on wants to push the tempo here. They got out in transition, got a pretty good look out of it.
Jazzy Carrasco off to Calhoun, and this is Rangel back to Carrasco on the cut. Rather, that's Herring, and Herring able to lay it up and in.
Nice pass.
Don't you love it when a big man can pass?
Oh, absolutely.
Reed steps into a 3. Now we're going to call that a long 2. So Alasia Reed gives Sequoias a 4-2 lead. Calhoun on the drive, misses the reverse. Scott has the rebound. We will run through the starting lineups for you as we go here. Reed on the drive, missed the shot. Calhoun has the rebound.
Rangel has improved so much under Kenny Plummer and his coaching staff. She's a kid who didn't play her senior year of high school, and
Carrasco with the 3, rims no good. Transition for Sequoias. Shot up, no good. Sumalong trying for 3.
I think she's a big reason why their three-point percentage is so high. I think they shoot around 35% as a team because so many teams have to make adjustments to guard her inside.
It's a three-guard offense for Moorpark with Emily Herring, Jazzy Carrasco, and Brianna Calhoun. Up front, it's Kristen Miller and Barbara Rangel in the middle as Calhoun drives and scores.
A shot by Calhoun, taking contact there and finishing.
Meanwhile, it's Alasia Reed, Janelle Sumalong in the backcourt for College of the Sequoias. Shea Sanchez, Haley Scott, Dejanay Gill in the front court. Getting the start for Sequoias. Rangel with the block on Scott. Carrasco fakes, starts a drive, finds Miller. And back outside. And now Moorpark ready to set up. Calhoun step back three. Doesn't get the roll. Sumalong back the other way for Sequoias. When you look up and down the stats for Moorpark, it's hard to throw in enough superlatives. They're seemingly in the top 10 in about every category, you name it. I looked to see how they had done because they were one of the rare teams that had the advantage, if you will, of having played in this gym, being in the same conference as Ventura. It was a 33-point win for Moorpark at Ventura.
Right.
That's a pretty impressive statement for a team. We just saw Ventura give Diablo Valley all they could handle in the quarterfinal right before this one. Sequoias, meanwhile, with the 6-4 lead.
Yeah, Moorpark is solid. You have a top-level guard in Brianna Calhoun, and you have a big girl like Barbara Rangel, and it's hard.
Rangel with great position down low.
Well, what impresses me about Rangel down low, she gets good position, she has really good feet, and good touch.
Yes.
And she can pass it. She's a ball player.
Reed driving on Calhoun. Shot high off the glass, no good. Miller battling Gill, and it's a jump ball with the arrow favoring College of the Sequoias. 6:21 to go. We're just underway in the first quarter. The last spot in the semifinals on the line here. Moorpark and College of the Sequoias.
Good games today, too. That last game was a great game.
Unreal.
It was a great game.
Yeah, we have seen either high drama or tremendous execution, and frankly, a lot of both in our first three games. Sanchez pounds the dribble, puts the shot up, no good. The rebound on the floor, and Sequoias digs it out. Sumalong off to Scott. Short jumper is good.
Love Scott's touch out of the short corner there, and she's very comfortable with that shot. Rangel, that's a great job of looking off the defender because Rangel late to get there.
Miller on the drive, missed the layup. Rangel trying to keep it alive, but it's out of bounds. Back to College of the Sequoias. Ray Alvarado in his 8th season at College of the Sequoias, and we talked about the 3 appearances here in the State 8. So he has built a tremendous program out of the north. Meanwhile, Kenny Plummer, Coach of the Year in the South. And
yes,
why not? What a season this Moorpark team has had.
He's done a great job. It's one thing to have talent. It's another thing to put that talent together and have them be successful on the floor.
Sumalong with the fadeaway, and it's 10-6. The one thing you wonder about for the Raiders is they are not a deep squad at all, as Calhoun has that tipped away, and Gill's got a breakaway. She'll lay it up and in, and early on, College of the Sequoias has doubled up Moorpark. 12-6, 5:21 to go in the opening period. Timeout on the floor. You're watching the quarterfinals, the women's basketball championship in the 3C2A on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Moorpark has it in. Carrasco will bring it up top and leave it for Calhoun. Calhoun starts a drive on Gill. The interior feed is broken up and stolen. It was Julianne Gutierrez who has checked in for College of the Sequoias. The pass to Sumalong off her hands. Carrasco on the hard drive, puts it up no good, but she's fouled.
What a great play by Carrasco to really shield the ball, create some space between her and the basket. COS has to reach through and pick up the foul.
So Gutierrez replacing Alasia Reed. And meanwhile, Haley Scott back at the scorer's table, so after a very short stint on the bench, they'll come back with Haley Scott.
Besides Rangel, there is a distinct size advantage for College of Sequoias. I mean, I was watching the bigger guard on Brianna Calhoun.
And that's probably one of the reasons why you see the tempo wanting to be forced by COS. They want to make her work, get up and down the floor, test the endurance, see where that's at.
And I started to make the point, guys, that Moorpark only goes about maybe 7 players deep. It's a very short bench.
What a
the
fine
pass,
finish.
Gutierrez gets the roll on the layup, 14-8. It's a fast start for College of the Sequoias. But Moorpark needs to be in great condition and certainly can't afford any foul trouble. So as dominant as they are, you have the feeling it's somewhat tenuous. Carrasco wants Rangel down low.
I'm going to sneak in right here, okay?
Carrasco. Outside shot clock at 6. Carrasco gets a screen from Rangel. Outside to Herring. Down to 2. The runner from Herring. Rims no good. Rangel with the offensive board and putback.
That's great defense, everything but the finish.
14-10. Meanwhile, Isabel Avala has checked in for Moorpark. Sanchez off to Gill in the weave. Back up top. Gutierrez on the drive. Scott back out to Sumalong. He'll try for 3. Rims high, no good. But an offensive rebound for Sanchez. Now the Giants can reset if they want to. Gill, another short jumper for Scott. That's good. And right now, Barbara Rangel is giving that shot to Haley Scott, but 3 for 3. Scott can knock that shot down. 16-10. Calhoun leans over the dribble. This is Carrasco. Long 3 for Jazzy Carrasco. Rimming no. Scott to Sumalong. Sumalong drives the lane. Offensive foul. Janelle Sumalong picks up the foul. That's her first. Fast-moving first quarter. Just 2 fouls called.
College of Sequoias is being very aggressive offensively, aggressive defensively, switching on positions but the 5.
Brianna Calhoun picked up by Alasia Reed, who has returned for College of the Sequoias. Herring feeds Rangel, give and go back to Herring. Shot off the glass, won't go.
That was a great pass.
Gutierrez with the rebound. Giants into the front court. Meanwhile, Marizel Luisio into the game, and the ball thrown away, the turnover on College of the Sequoias. Herring and Calhoun continue in the backcourt for Moorpark. Calhoun, little stutter step, drives to the glass and lays it up and in.
You see that speed on display.
Calhoun just a shade under 20 points a game as a freshman. Reed stops and pops from 10 feet. Alasia Reed with a quick answer. And this is everything you want, I think, Marcia, if you're College of the Sequoias in this first quarter. They seem very comfortable right now on both ends of the floor.
Absolutely. I think you learn a little bit every time you come, and they were here last year.
Good screen from Rangel. On the baseline to Avala, who can't get the roll. Scott has the rebound. Reed can't quite find the handle. Calhoun has the steal. It's a 2-on-2. Calhoun in from the right. She's fouled. Gonna head to the line for a couple of free throws as Calhoun managed to muscle one up on the rim there and get herself to the line.
Right. Even if defenders are in position, she's slicing across their bodies and drawing the blocks. Very savvy player.
Calhoun hits the first free throw. Well, I don't know if it's the experience of playing in this gym or just good free throw shooting, but Moorpark so far not having a lot of trouble from the free throw line. But they've still got some work to do. How about that, Michael?
Okay.
Is my jinx still working or what? Calhoun misses the second. 18-13. And Reed, dancing on the dribble, starts to drive on Calhoun. Scott driving on Rangel, and Rangel rejects it out of bounds. It's going to stay with College of the Sequoias. And Marsha, I'm a little surprised. Haley Scott, that's right about in her range there, but she passes on the shot, tries to go for the drive on Rangel, and Rangel having none of it.
And Rangel, she stays in her space, right? She understands her space. She goes straight up. She's long.
They lob it in for Gill. Gill's short jumper is good. Dejanay Gill pushes the lead out to 7 for College of the Sequoias. Carrasco off to Rangel. Calhoun comes out to get it. Step back three, Calhoun knocks it down. Brianna Calhoun. She's got 8 in the quarter, 20-16. Moorpark within 4. About a 7-second difference between shot clock and game clock. As Sumalong will let it run down. Now down to 8 seconds. Driving on Herring, backdoor cut. Sanchez in a crowd, steps through, missed the layup. Offensive rebound. Sanchez has it back. Herring has the steal. Down to 4 seconds. Gets it ahead to Calhoun. Down to 1 second. Shot up. Foul called. Calhoun, with 0.5 remaining in the first quarter, will head to the line for 2 more free throws.
Again, she has the ability to draw. Calhoun has the ability to draw fouls. I thought that was, again, it was good defensive position. That's how she slides her body into your body.
Now the body control, very impressive.
Oh, yes.
Does a 30-1 team need a sensational freshman like this to build around for next year, potentially? We'll see if Kenny Plummer can entice her to stay. Calhoun looks like the kind of talent that's going to have some options.
Right. She's a Division I bounce back. You know, she went to San Jose out of Alameda.
Now, I certainly don't find that surprising.
No,
Second
no.
free throw rims out through 1 quarter. College of the Sequoias, a 20-17 lead on Moorpark. The 3C2A Women's Basketball Championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Set to get underway. 20-17, College of the Sequoias with a 3-point lead. It's been a weekend without any upsets so far. One more chance here, and Sequoias off to a good start against a powerhouse Moorpark Raider team. Calhoun following her own miss, but it's tapped to Reed. Sumalong and Reed, along with Alyssa Brumfield, who's checked in. This is Brumfield. She'll take the three. No good. Rebound on the floor. Calhoun's got it. Avala on the drive and the pass back outside off Sumalong.
The key to this game for Moorpark, Rangel has to be on the floor for an extended period of time, and she's really going to be the key. Obviously, it's a guard-heavy team, but they're going to go the way of their big. And
sorry, Michael.
No, go ahead.
Just another short stint for Haley Scott as she checks back into the game. And then Luisio rounds out the 5 on the floor for College of the Sequoias. Avala, little hesitation, starts a drive, rejected.
Nice. Great defense.
Brumfield. Get it out.
Sumalong into the front court. Brumfield will try another three. That one rattles in.
How about a block and then a three on the other end? Rangel out late to cover.
23-17, and shots a little too open for comfort for Moorpark. Avala tries to split the double team. The ball free, but a whistle. Stay here.
We're happy you joined us, everybody. Spread the word. www.SoCalCollegeSports.com. On YouTube, SoCal College Sports 1. We're broadcasting live worldwide. You have friends and family out of state, remote. Hey, they can be in another country. Give them the YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. If you're watching on your phone, you can text it out, you can email it out, whatever you need.
Calhoun will bring it in baseline left after the foul on Marizel Luisio. Herring 17-footer off the back iron. Sumalong wants to run. No numbers. It's a 1-on-3. Fans it out. Three-pointer off the side of the board and out of bounds. Who is it off of? It's going to be off of Moorpark.
I tell you, the entire weekend, the 1 seeds have been getting played tough here, and they're not going to be let off the hook at all.
Shea Sanchez returning along with Dejanay Gill. It's interesting. They had Dejanay Gill on Brianna Calhoun a lot in that first quarter, and Gill with good length. A little bit of a problem for Brianna Calhoun, although Calhoun was still able to get her points. Interesting to watch that matchup as we move forward. The three and the long rebound back outside, and another opportunity for the Giants. Sumalong will back it out. Malaysia Reed. Cross to Sanchez. They work into the corner to Sumalong. Skip pass looking for
nice
Reed,
look.
and it's too high. 8:02 to go, second quarter. Calhoun round to Rangel's screen. Gets it across to Jazzy Carrasco. And Calhoun expecting the cut from Carrasco expecting the cut from Calhoun.
Sequoias playing some great one-on-one defense, great team man defense.
Yeah, I think you have to be impressed right now with the job they're doing, holding Moorpark to 17 points, 7:37 and counting, remaining in the second quarter. And
haven't we seen that today, though? It's the story of the Elite Eight and the pressure that exists here. Teams scoring the 80s, 90s are scoring in the 60s and the 50s.
Yeah, and I think the lesson here is Reed airs it from three, but the offensive rebound back to Sumalong, who gets the roll. So Sumalong's short jumper makes it an 8-point lead. And I think, Marcia, I think it's safe to say as we look forward to this, the difference between 1 and 4 here at the State 8, not very much.
You know, all these teams have been tested. They're here for a reason.
Rangel with great position down low, and that is such a tough assignment for Haley Scott. And Rangel just getting great position on the low block. Pull-up jumper from Sumalong, too strong. Rangel outlets to Carrasco.
There's absolutely nothing you can do when Rangel gets that position. It's that inside position that deep in the paint. And she's done a good job. Sequoias, they've done a good job keeping her out.
Calhoun off to Herring. Rangel in the lane. Give and go back to Herring. This time Herring gets the layup. Well, that appears to be a play that they run well. 25-21. Good feed from Rangel. Reed for three. Off the front iron, but Gill has the rebound. And the turnover going to go against College of the Sequoias. I think Gill thought about putting it up there for a moment and then kind of got lost in the moment trying to get that pass back outside.
Gill's doing a good job on the boards for Sequoias.
Yeah, I think with Gill and Reed and Sanchez on the outside, they appear to have some of the length and speed on the perimeter that's given Moorpark a little bit of trouble, at least so far. Mia Moore has checked in. Carrasco for three.
Great shot.
The Carrasco triple cuts the lead to 1 for College of the Sequoias. Timeout on the floor. 5:44 to go in the second quarter. You're watching quarterfinal action, the 3C2A Women's Basketball Championship on SoCal Go Sports Tonight. Point lead for the Giants. Scott gets it outside to Reed. Carrasco steps in with the steal. And now the Raiders come down looking for the lead. Moore open for three. That's good. Mia Moore. Back-to-back threes for the Raiders, and they have the lead 27-25. Their first lead of the night. Took to the second quarter. Long rebound, Calhoun retrieves. Quickly into the front court, great feed down low. Herring doesn't get the roll on the layup, the rebound on the floor. Carrasco's got it. Carrasco shot from 16 in and out. A couple of good looks. How did those not go down? Sequoias has it back. A three rims high. Moore with the box out. .420 and counting. Hitting in the second. Herring finds Miller on the cut, pulls up from 10 feet, shot no good, and Miller going to commit the foul on the rebound. I might be wrong, but I believe that's the first foul on Moorpark in the game. I don't think they had one in the first quarter. And Miller has just committed their first foul with 4:11 left in the half. And Marcia, I guess if you're going to have a short bench, good that your players apparently never commit fouls.
Sign of a really good team. Not fouling.
Yeah, it takes care of one problem.
Right.
Well, that's just great defensive technique, and so many fouls that you see are just from fundamental errors defensively, and obviously when you can go that long, you're doing a lot right. Sanchez splits the double team into the lane, pulls up, shot won't go. Rangel off to Carrasco. Carrasco wants to run. In the corner, Herring hoists a three, no good. Sanchez quickly back the other way, gets her feet tangled up with Calhoun. And the foul is going to go against Brianna Calhoun. That's her first. Second on Moorpark. Well, we're talking about Moorpark not committing fouls. College of the Sequoias only one here in the second quarter. They've only got 5 fouls here in the first half.
Pretty clean game. Sequoias has got the score, though. They've kind of gone cold from the field.
Long three.
Settling for a lot of threes, too.
Yeah, doesn't get any. Alyssa Brumfield misfires from distance. Back to Moorpark. Calhoun, Carrasco, Mia Moore, Emily Herring, Barbara Rangel on the floor for the Raiders right now. That one off of Gill, but Calhoun recovers. Carrasco around a Rangel screen, stripped out by Sumalong, and a late whistle. I'm going to call a foul on College of the Sequoias that looked pretty clean, but whistle comes in. I believe it was a foul. They haven't signaled one yet. Maybe it was out of bounds.
I think they called the travel, yeah.
All right. So the travel after the strip. And the ball back to Moorpark. Calhoun, baseline drive. Lost the handle, tries to save it off Gill, but Sumalong keeps it alive. Gill leads the break.
Nice break.
Sanchez able to convert.
They needed an easy bucket like that.
Gill with the assist to Sanchez, all tied at 27. Calhoun leans over the dribble. Bala back outside. Rangel again with the great position. This is an and one. Well, I tell you, Rangel gets the great position down low and then does a great job sealing off with the body. And then once she gets you on that hip, you got no chance.
Right, and Haley Scott just needs to kind of let that one go.
Yeah, I got to look at the replay. And I'll tell you, Rangel is just deadly efficient in the low post.
Yes, she is.
Not a lot of flash. She just gets great position and goes to work.
Well, she's strong. She takes up some space on the ground. She's long.
Yeah, she's perfect on the night. 4 for 4 with a free throw, 9 points.
A couple assists.
In the corner for 3. Long rebound. Scott able to keep it alive. Well, the Giants doing some good work on the offensive glass here in the second quarter. Sanchez drives the lane, feeds it outside. 3 in and out. That's a good look for Gutierrez halfway down. And the ball out of bounds, and Sequoias will keep it. This is noteworthy, just as you would expect. Moorpark, a solid rebounding team. Rebound differential plus 4.5 for the season. Giving up some offensive rebounds here to College of the Sequoias.
You know those.
If the Giants can stay alive.
Those 3-point shots, they rebound long. Right? It gives you an opportunity to come up with it from the guard position, which is what they're doing. They also shot 200 more free throws than their opponent, Sequoias.
Gutierrez on the wing. The 3 is good. Sumalong.
And Moorpark's zone is taking them out of the dribble drive and how they were attacking the basket.
Sumalong's 3, that's just the second 3 of the first half for College of the Sequoias. They have struggled from long range, but they're tied with 1:12 and counting remaining in the first half. Rangel faces up, skips it across to Avala. Avala drives the lane, lobs it for Rangel. That's a great feed by Avala. And Rangel does the rest. She's got 11. 32-30. Under a minute to go here in the first half. Sanchez in the corner. Sumalong get it to Gill. Shot clock down to 5. Sanchez with the baseline drive. The floater off the side of the board. Rangel to Carrasco. Carrasco off to Mia Moore. And it's out of bounds going back to College of the Sequoias. Moore couldn't quite handle the pass from Carrasco.
And Rangel created that opportunity, that fast break opportunity, just with her defensive presence. The shot was a foot short because they were trying to finagle over her length.
No shot clock with 27.4 seconds remaining in the first half.
She has to get over half court for 10 seconds. That was
And
close.
she knew she had it by about a half a second.
That was pretty close.
She's timed it out. Sing along, standing dribble, down to 9 seconds. High screen from Scott. They go back to Scott, steps into a 3, rimming no. Rangel has the rebound, and they won't get a shot off. Instead, teams head to the locker room, 32-30 Moorpark, with the slim lead over College of the Sequoias in quarterfinal number 4. It's the 3C2A Women's Basketball Championships here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. time from Ventura. 32-30 in quarterfinal number 4. Moorpark and College of the Sequoias joined Marcia Foster and staff writer for the VC Star, Joe Curley. Joe, great to have you on. We've been trying to do this for a while here, but we got you. We knew that we would. And let's start and talk about Moorpark. 32-30, the 2-point lead at the break. I took the liberty of checking the game log to see how many games decided by single digits that Moorpark was involved in this year. The answer is 1, and they lost that game. So they're in a battle here. What have you seen in the first half as someone who's had a look at the Raiders? What's been effective so far, and what do you look for to see from them in the second half?
Well, I mean, the reason why Moorpark has been the #1 team in the state for basically the entire year is that starting 5 that doesn't just have 5 really good players, but they have 5 really good players that fit together. They have the playmaker, they have the shooter, they have the big, they have the hustler. You know, they have all the pieces that you need, and really the only questions with them is what would happen if they get in foul trouble, what would happen if they get an injury, or, you know, I think maybe Sequoias, you see their scoring depth a little bit. You know, they had that real nice run to get the lead, but then, you know, Moorpark kind of kicks it into gear and gets right back in the game, and they have a couple pieces that you just can't deal with. You know, Barbara Rangel, there's not too many players in the state that can handle that. You know, there's a couple, you know, interesting strategic things that happen with that, but there's just such a, you know, the team just fits so well together that you got to like their chances this weekend. But, you know, certainly state tournament, you got 8 teams that could win it, and, you know, every year you get here.
Yeah, if ever there's been a theme for the weekend. And, Marcia, College of the Sequoias, you know, so far so good. They're down 2. What have you seen from them, and how do they keep this going for 20 more minutes there, and maybe pull what would have to be considered a real upset here?
Well, they're certainly not sitting back and allowing Moorpark to do whatever they want to do. They are applying defensive pressure, which I think is important. Moorpark is a good team, so Moorpark is going to find a way to score, but Sequoias isn't just going to lay down and let it happen. Okay, so offensively, they're attacking the rim. They were attacking the rim. They were getting inside. They were getting extra shots. Moorpark went to a zone. They started shooting threes. Threes weren't going in. Now they found a little bit of rhythm with the threes. So I think that the coaches are adjusting. Joe, I agree with you. There's not a whole lot you can do when Moorpark is functioning on all cylinders, because how do you stop the big? You have an elite point guard, an elite guard out there, and you have shooters. You have the whole package. Sequoias, they've got to scrap, though. I think they can scrap and maybe get lucky, hit a couple threes, and keep the game close. The game is close. Anything can happen.
Yeah, College of the Sequoias with a strong rebounding edge, 21-13 on the boards in the first half, and I think that's a significant number, and perhaps for Moorpark maybe need to get a little scrappier on some of the loose balls. I think right now College of the Sequoias winning that battle.
Yeah, you can see College of the Sequoias kind of using some spacing to kind of take advantage of what they have on the floor versus what Moorpark has on the floor. In that first quarter, when they took that lead, they were doing some things using the short corner, trying to draw Rango away from the rim a little bit. And so, you know, you can see kind of a cat and mouse game, and then, you know, you see Bree Calhoun just kind of take over the end of that first quarter to kind of get them going. And, you know, that's the thing with Moorpark is when they get kind of in a lull, 22 can just take the ball and make something happen. That's why she's the Southern California Player of the Year. So, you know, really, it's going to be, especially with the matchups with Merced waiting tomorrow, like this could be a really fun weekend here.
Yeah, absolutely. It is shaping up to be just that. We're moments away from the start of the third quarter. It's the 3C2A Women's Basketball Championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
It's more than March. It's kinship, resilience, trust. It's love, a feeling of purpose, pure. It's your ode of honor, a melody of madness, until only one remains. The lights go dim, the crowd's roaring, but it's only you. You are the game.
In the third quarter, College of the Sequoias in the road blue jerseys will have it first. They trail it by 2. Sumalong out to Reed. It's the starting 5 for College of the Sequoias back on the court as well for Moorpark. Gill in the lane. Leans left, missed the shot. Miller snaps down the board.
Again, another shot affected by Rangel.
Carrasco, guarded by Sanchez, feeds it high to Rangel. Down to 13 on the shot clock. Calhoun had 9 in the first half. Now they front Rangel, but a terrific lob pass. Rangel stays perfect, 6 for 6 from the floor. She leads the Raiders with 13 points. 34-30. Sanchez, checked by Herring. Skip it across to Scott, short corner jumper. Scott, perfect on that shot tonight. She's got 8 in the game, and all 4 of the field goals look pretty much like that one, stepping out about 10 feet. Rangel doesn't close out fully on that one, and Scott continues to hit that shot.
Have we talked about the prospect of it being an all-North Final Four?
We have not yet.
That courtesy of Robert Lewis at the table.
That looms as a real possibility.
Yes, it does.
In a 2-point game. Coach Ray Alvarado directing things from the sideline. Gill. Good feed down low. The reverse from Sumolong, no good. Scott has the rebound. That shot blocked by Rangel. But Sequoias gets it back. Gill rimming no on the 3, and Calhoun has the rebound. Calhoun bumped by Alasia Reed. Non-shooting foul. First on Reed. That's the first team foul here in the third quarter. 7:52 to go. Meanwhile, Sumolong on the breakout, able to finish with the left hand. Brand new ball game, tied at 34. Another steal. Reed with the reverse. The Giants have the lead. Quick 6-0 run. 36-34. Pressure defense yields a couple of turnovers for the Giants, and they take advantage. Rangel establishing down low, gets the feed from Carrasco back to Calhoun. Calhoun outside. Miller will try for 3 off the back iron. Long rebound to Herring. Go back to Miller. Press shot clock. They skip it across to Carrasco. Again, Rangel camped out on the low block. Quick shot up, no good, but Scott commits the foul. Rangel going to head to the line.
That's a really tough assignment for Scott. I mean, she's doing a good job of keeping her in front of her when she can, but the minute Rangel gets an angle to the basket, it's nothing else she can do.
It looks to me, Marcia, as though Coach Alvarado on the sideline for College of the Sequoias has made something of the tactical decision to let Rangel essentially get hers, but try and neutralize the other 4 as much as possible, because they're not running much of a double team at Barbara Rangel, and she's still perfect from the field, 6 for 6 and 3 for 3 from the line for 15 points.
I just think they're too, Moorpark is too dangerous in too many other positions to run a double at Rangel, and her passing is exceptional.
Sanchez fakes the 3, now fires around and out. Rangel snaps down the rebound.
Dodging a bullet right there. It's fool's gold if you're Moorpark. Get away with one.
Raiders able to break the pressure. Now they'll set up. Shot clock at 17. Carrasco off to Miller. Calhoun working against Reed. Down to 6. Rangel down low. Shot in and out, and Scott has the rebound. Well, that was about halfway down for Rangel.
That was the first miss. Right?
Yeah, her first miss. Reed pulls up from 18, rimming no good. Meanwhile, Reed crashing the boards on her own miss, and the ball out of bounds going back to Moorpark.
I think Sequoias pressuring is a very, very smart maneuver on the part of Coach Alvarado. Just try to, wear those 7 down, right?
Calhoun, baseline drive, good feed to Rangel. First shot won't go. Rebound to Rangel, but the follow no good. Sumalong finds Sanchez. Sanchez turnaround shot off the glass, no good. Scott trying to keep it alive. It's out of bounds. Back to Moorpark. Well, Rangel continues to get very good looks. The last couple have rattled in and out. And we remain tied at 36. 5:21 to go in the third. Calhoun drives baseline, lays it up and in.
That's pretty.
What a great move.
Calhoun with 11. 2-point lead. Meanwhile, Sumalong trying to go coast to coast, around and out. Carrasco will get it across to Calhoun. Calhoun, a little hesitation, drives the lane, reverse layup, no good. Foul called, and Calhoun gonna head to the line. On the night, Moorpark 7 of 9 as a team from the free throw line. Sequoias has taken no free throws. And Calhoun's first free throw is good. One more free throw for Calhoun midway through the third. Winner of this one takes on Merced Saturday evening. Merced with an impressive win earlier this afternoon, defeating East Los Angeles College to move to the semis. Sanchez fakes, now drives, and Rangel with the block. And I'll tell you, Rangel, good instincts as a shot blocker. Again, I think let Sanchez get a little bit of space, but I think she's timing that one all along.
She's just so long. It's like if you don't pull up in front of her before she has a chance to come out and play, you may as well pass the ball. And I know Calhoun has 13, but I think Sequoias has done a nice job. Their pressure as they're picking up is just kind of keep them in front, but not allow them to get running, to start running.
Alyssa Brumfield has checked in. She'll try for 3. Rims high, no good. And Rangel with another rebound. She's got 11 boards now. Calhoun quickly back the other way. Fans it out. Sullivan passes on the 3. Calhoun checked by Brumfield. Now they send the double at Rangel. She gives it up. Carrasco will try for 3, around and out. Sumalong. Nobody stops the dribble. The runner from Sumalong off the glass. 40-38. And the Giants creep back within 2. Carrasco fouled by Sanchez out front. That's the 4th team foul. 2nd on Sanchez. Malaysia Reed will return, replacing Janelle Sumalong. Herring hands off to Calhoun. Shot clock at 17. Herring gets it back. Fakes the 3, steps in, fires from 16, no good. Rebound off to Sanchez. Reed gets it over the line. Back to Sanchez, she'll try for 3, rimming no. Rebound outside, Brumfield. Reed skips it across. That 3 is good. Gutierrez, just the 3rd 3 for College of the Sequoias as a team. They're now 3 of 18 from three-point range in a game that they lead by 1. A little hot shooting in College of the Sequoias might really be closing in on something. Calhoun tries to leave it for Rangel, but she walked.
Their defense is keeping them in the game. The Sequoias is playing tough defense.
And they have the ball with the 1-point lead. 2:34 to go.
And it's not as if Moorpark isn't getting shots. It's just they have to work hard to get those shots.
25-1 in their last 26 games. College of the Sequoias.
Both these teams know how to win. It's going to come down to who can execute when it matters the most.
Brumfield from way downtown. And Herring has the carry. Raiders trail it by 1. Words that have not been spoken very often this season.
Not at all.
Carrasco around a Moore screen. Drives the lane. Floater up. And gets in there for Herring.
Such a tough move and finish. Carrasco is a tough guard. You saw that.
Calhoun steps in front. Dangerous pass. Crossover, reverse layup, no good. Calhoun's got the rebound, puts it up again, no. Rebound batted around, and Calhoun keeps it alive again. So Calhoun 0 for 2, but has it back. Great cut from Herring, hangs in the air and scores. 4-0 run. Moorpark back in front by 3 with 1:14 to go here in the third quarter. It's the 3C2A Women's Basketball Championships here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. (44-41). Dejanay Gill returns for College of the Sequoias. Sumalong drives it baseline, hooks it back outside. Gutierrez for 3, missed everything.
Good challenge.
Scott tries to keep it alive, but it's on the baseline. Well, that for a moment was a really good look for Gutierrez, but as you say, Michael, it's a good challenge at the last moment to bother that shot. Under a minute to go. And the Raiders with the 3-point lead in the ball. They try to lob it inside to Rangel, and a pass over her head out of bounds, and with 35.6 remaining in the third, College of the Sequoias has it back. The smallest margin of victory on the season for Moorpark was 10 points. They did that twice. One loss, a buzzer beater to East Los Angeles College. Long 3 around and out. Scott has the rebound. Sanchez holding it now with 7 seconds. College of the Sequoias going to play for the final shot. Sanchez down to 1 second. Sanchez just has to force one up. No shot. And we head to the fourth quarter. Moorpark on top, 44-41 over College of the Sequoias. It's quarterfinal number 4, the 3C2A Women's Basketball Championships here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. of the fourth quarter. 44-41. Both teams come in riding impressive streaks. Obviously, with Moorpark 30-1 on the season, they've won 14 in a row. And Sequoias 25-1 in their last 26 games, winners of 11 straight. So it's the State 8, who doesn't come in hot, but these two teams really have it going of late, and they're locked in a good one here. Calhoun on the drive, feeds it to Rangel. Herring short corner
Nice
jumper
job.
is good.
Terrific basketball there. Calhoun, Rangel, and then the finish.
Out to a 5-point lead for Moorpark. 15-footer, and Scott gets the roll. Scott continues to be money
The double
on those
figures
jumpers.
now.
10 points in the game for Haley Scott, and that's a big bucket for Sequoias, who had fallen behind by 5. And you don't think of that as a big deficit, but the Raiders can put it on you pretty quickly.
If Rangel has position down low, you have to get at the basketball. Nice.
Carrasco with the left hand, 48-43. Back to a 5-point lead.
And that's essentially an assist from Rangel because she clears over, she crosses over, and then Carrasco goes the other way.
Short corner for Scott, rimming no. Gill on the offensive glass. Lost it on the way up. Carrasco tries to get it ahead to Herring, but it's stolen.
The other benefit to Scott moving to the short quarter and drawing Rangel out is that the rebound, now people can rebound and go up.
Yep.
Reach-in foul on Carrasco.
That's a bad foul.
Olivia Limon, J.R. Castro, Darlin Hargrove, the officials, and they've had a fairly easy night so far in this one.
Not a lot of whistles. A faster game than what we've had.
Yes. I think you are a master of understatement in that one, Michael. Sumalong. Outside Sanchez for 3. Rims no good. Rebound on the floor. Carrasco into the front court. Sullivan gets it back to Carrasco.
Bring it out. Let your big establish.
And Gill with a little push.
Nice job by Carrasco selling that. Gill obviously
Right.
wanting to get into her defensive assignment, but you sell it a little bit and you get the attention of the referee. The foul called in favor of Moorpark.
First foul on Gill, first foul on the Giants here in the fourth quarter. Calhoun with a little stutter step, scoop, no. And Gill with a great job fighting off Rangel for the rebound. Gill jets into the front court, coast to coast, doesn't get the roll, but a foul called. Dejanay Gill going to head to the line for a couple of free throws. This is significant. These will be the first free throws of the night for College of the Sequoias.
Wow.
7:58 to go in the fourth.
Crazy.
They've taken how many threes? 21 threes now?
Yeah, I've got them at 3 for 22 on the night. Gill's free throw is up and good. Gill with 5 points to go along with 9 rebounds and 4 assists. Second free throw up and good. Calhoun quickly into the front court, picks it up left of the lane. Back outside to Carrasco, shot clock at 17. Carrasco pounds the dribble. This is Calhoun. Shot clock down to 6. Back outside to Carrasco. Carrasco on the drive into the lane, shot blocked.
Nice defense.
Scott gets it to Sumalong. Sumalong on the drive. She's fouled by Sullivan. The last couple times down, Marcia not looking for the three-pointer, but instead driving it hard to the basket. And now it's Sumalong who will head to the line.
I think that's a good strategy, especially since they're not shooting a high percentage from the three-point line.
And Sumalong coolly knocks down the free throw. She's been the leading scorer in the postseason for College of the Sequoias. And she leads them tonight with 14 points. To go with 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Misses the second free throw. Reed trying to keep it alive and does. They're going to signal that
Yeah, Reed had her foot on the line.
Yeah, off of Reed. They're going to say that she was out of bounds. She did save it off of Rangel.
We're going to see it.
Well, didn't quite get a look on where her foot there was, but the call came very quickly, and official in good position to make the call, 48-46. So Moorpark dodges a bullet there, and they get it back, leading by 2. Double team comes on Rangel, back outside Carrasco for 3, high arcer.
Look at that rhythm 3 there, and the feed from Rangel, inside out, turnover, Sequoias.
Sumalong throws it away, and Marcia, you talked about it before. We wondered about double teaming Rangel, and it's such a dangerous thing to do. So many players can hurt you, and right away. And you know, part of that, I think, Marcia, also is Rangel's a good passer. It's hard to double team someone out of the post.
Plus, they're double teaming with somebody who's 5'8".
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not a problem for her to get the ball back outside, and she's a willing passer.
51-46. She's got 4 assists. Does Barbara Rangel, 15 points, 11 rebounds. 6:57 to go. Moorpark on top, 51-46. Point lead for the Raiders, and they have the ball after the turnover by College of the Sequoias. Carrasco wants Calhoun, and a foul by Reed.
For second.
And the second on College of the Sequoias.
You know, we were just talking about this during the break, but how difficult it is to defend 2 guards who handle the ball as well as Carrasco and Calhoun do.
Yeah. And you really got Emily Herring in the mix, who's another solid ball handler. They can run the offense through her as well. Calhoun around a Rangel screen. Shot clock at 13. Carrasco drives on Gill, fans it out. Herring's 15-footer is short. Sumalong has the rebound.
A solid offensive set, though, for Moorpark. Just missed a short corner, wide open jumper, and another turnover here for Sequoias. You know, Jeff, you're looking at the stat sheet right here. The lead scorer on the season for Sequoias, Shea Sanchez, 1 of 14 from the field, only with 2 points. She leads this team with over 14 a game. And what a terrific job that Moorpark has done. She's on the bench right now because she's been in large part very ineffective.
Rangel with good position goes to the left hand.
Speaking of the exact opposite, Barbara Rangel now with 17.
Hard drive, Sumalong's left-handed layup, no good. Rebound on the floor and out to Calhoun. The Raiders will walk it up. They lead it by 7. This is the largest lead for either team. Rangel, the foul line. Shot clock down to 5. Calhoun comes up shooting from 17 feet off the glass, no good. Giving chase for her own rebound, but it's Reed who comes up with it for College of the Sequoias.
Calhoun comes up a little gingerly after that play, something to keep an eye on.
Meanwhile, Marizella Luisio has checked into the game. They have Scott trapped on the baseline, working against Rangel. The whistle comes from outside.
That's a terrific timeout called by COS. Scott really with no angle there. Rangel all over.
5:03 to go and a timeout on the floor. Moorpark leading at 53-46. Quarterfinal number 4. CCCAA Women's Basketball Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Sequoias with the basketball, trailing by 7. Sanchez has returned. Gutierrez with the feed to Sumalong, forces one up, gets it to go. Janelle Sumalong with 16 in the game, and that breaks the Moorpark run, gets it back to a 5-point game.
They definitely needed that bucket.
Avala on for the Raiders, giving Calhoun a spell. Herring to Rangel. Sullivan with the shot clock at 6. Carrasco now going to have to make something happen. Down to 2 on the shot clock. Just forces one up. And the air ball brings a shot clock violation. 4:21 to go. College of the Sequoias will get it back. Oh, Marcia, we talked about Shea Sanchez. Mike makes the good point. Really a struggle tonight. What do you do from a coaching standpoint? This is a player that you're obviously going to need. What can you do maybe to help Shea Sanchez get on track here and get herself going?
Again, maybe get to the basket. Set something up so she can get to the rim. Maybe get fouled, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in. Run a little set for her, encourage her, which I'm sure he's done.
This is Sanchez. Skips it across. Gutierrez high up to get it. Shot clock down to 8. Back outside to Sumalong. Now the Giants battling the clock. Sumalong's double pump, rims high, no good, and Rangel right there for the board.
Terrific defense from Herring on the shot.
Calhoun quickly back on, coast to coast, scoops it up, no. Herring has the rebound. The shot won't go, but she's fouled. And Herring, in a crowd of blue jerseys, managed to come down with that offensive rebound.
And if you're COS, that can't happen. There's 2 blue jerseys, 3 blue jerseys, and Herring comes away with the board.
Right.
You come in as a team with, in terms of volume, more of a size advantage. Rangel's not down there. Herring can't get that board. And look no further than that play right there. Down by 5, and now a chance for Moorpark to shoot out past that margin. Now it's 6.
You know, you look at Emily Herring, and not tremendously big. 7.2 rebounds a game. She's got a nose for the basketball. This is the power forward, evidently, for Sequoias. Or I should say for Moorpark, alongside Barbara Rangel, who averages over 14 rebounds a game.
Marsha, any players that you can think of when you played that really played a lot bigger than they actually were, that were really high in terms of rebounding numbers?
Just a lot of the players that I played with coming up, like any summer ball and stuff, a lot of kids from the city, you have to figure out how to score, how to rebound, right?
Gill misses the jumper, and Moorpark has it, looking to extend on the 7-point lead. Calhoun content to take some time. We wind down to 3 minutes remaining in the ball game.
Expect this clock to get milked every time down, and such a luxury to have a big that you can go to get 2 points just like that.
Rangel gets the roll.
She's got
19 in the game, 12 rebounds, 57-48. The Raiders with their largest lead at 9. Sumalong to the crossover. The floater won't go, but a foul called.
So when you see a player like Herring, that's somebody that just knows how to play, right? Can go inside, can go outside.
I always imagine for a player like Emily Herring too, she's really feasting on the room that Barbara Rangel creates as well, and that's a very heady play, recognizing that Rangel is the kind of player that's going to take the attention of multiple players on the other team fighting her for rebounds, and that if you're right there and working hard, the ball will find its way to you.
Absolutely.
And that's just good hard work by Herring, and that was a big play earlier, getting herself to the line. Meanwhile, first free throw good for Sumalong. Second one is up and good. 57-50. The Raiders trying to close it out. It's been a battle against College of the Sequoias. Calhoun, sensational grab on the pass. Averts the turnover there. Calhoun still on the dribble, lost the handle. Reed had the steal, now a foul in the backcourt. Is this going to be on Calhoun? It looks like it will be. Just the second on Calhoun. But that is team foul number 5. So, College of the Sequoias, they've gotten a little more aggressive in the fourth quarter, and now they'll have free throws the rest of the way.
This is what they need to score with the clock still.
Reed connects on the free throw.
Now you say Herring, she feasts off the space that Rangel provides, but they all do, right? When she comes to the high post, it opens up the floor. When she's in the low post, people have to double team her, or it's going to be an easy bucket. Yeah.
Carrasco nearly walked. Gets it to Calhoun. Shot clock down to 15. Calhoun. Round to Herring screen. They skip it to Sullivan in the corner. Three-pointer, rimming no. Rebound to Sumalong. Sumalong on the drive, outside to Gutierrez. Gutierrez nearly lost the handle.
What a battle.
Reed drives the lane. The runner is good, and one. Alasia Reed going to head to the line and try and make this a 2-point game. That's 6 in a row after Moorpark had opened up the 9-point lead. Maybe thinking about closing this one out, but not so fast.
And why not?
1:40 to go.
And Sequoias is attacking the rim, something that they need to do instead of settling for the three. Attack the rim, the three will open up. Plus they're pressuring now.
7-0 run. Calhoun trapped.
Wow.
Just over the head of Sumalong, and a whistle in the backcourt and a timeout on the floor.
Well, all right.
Full timeout taken, 1:36 to go in the ball game. Moorpark trying to hang on. They lead it by 2 on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Marsha, I wanted to ask you, at what point does fatigue start to become a factor?
Calhoun all the way to the hoop, doesn't get the roll. Rangel's follow does go.
Wow.
Offensive rebound and put back for Barbara Rangel.
I think they played this way the entire season, Mike, so.
Sanchez three doesn't go.
Off of Gill.
Minute 15 remaining.
We talked about the lineups, and we go 7 deep. This has been an up and down game, high emotion. You're essentially at home.
It's really been the fourth quarter, though, where they've had to face this full court pressure.
Working against the trap. Rangel out high, has that pass deflected and stolen. 3-on-2, Sumalong to the rim, doesn't get the roll, but she's heading to the line for a couple of free throws. Well, that was a dangerous foul to commit on the drive.
You know, a little oomph at the end of that foul. That's a good job by Sullivan, getting enough on that foul to prevent a three-point play. So close. Sumalong has been so good. 18 and 8 with 5 assists.
Hits the first free throw. Sumalong averaging 15.5 points a game in the postseason. That number's going up. That leads the team. Second free throw around and out. Still a one-possession game. 59-56. Calhoun quickly into the front court. quick foul committed by Alasia Reed.
They
had one to give.
Yeah, Sequoias needed to commit that foul. That way, if they needed to stop the clock for whatever reason, they're not wasting a possession. Still a chance to get a stop here.
18-second difference. 48 seconds remaining in the game. And Carrasco will bring it in. Herring. And they're going to elect to foul right now rather than go for the stop. And they'll send Herring to the line. She shoots 76% on the season.
They know there's too much time, and Moorpark will use that time on the clock, right? They take it down to 15, 16 seconds.
Herring so far tonight 2 for 2 from the line. First free throw is up and good. Both teams been very good from the charity stripe tonight. 12 of 14 now for Moorpark as a team.
Incredible display of talent this weekend here at the 3C2A State 8. On the 18-player All-State NorCal region team, 10 players that are at this tournament on the women's side.
61-56. Timeout taken by College of the Sequoias with 45 seconds remaining. It's the 3C2A Women's Basketball Championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Bring it in. Sanchez for 3, no good. Long rebound on the floor. Scott goes to the left-handed layup. That's no good. Rangel tries to outlet it, and it's out of bounds back to Moorpark, 34.3, and the Raiders have it back, leading by 5.
Nice
tough pass from Rangel, nearly stolen.
That was a great set from out of bounds to get a good 3 from one of your best shooters. Just didn't drop it.
Yeah, Sanchez never stopped trying, but could not find the range in this matchup. 33.3 remaining. Quick foul will send Calhoun to the line. Moorpark trying to keep it from being an all-North party in the semifinals, and it looks like they're going to be able to do it. 33.3 to go. You want to go over the schedule tomorrow?
Yeah, let's set the table for tomorrow. Semifinals Saturday in the men's bracket. They'll start things off at 1 o'clock. Citrus and City College of San Francisco. Game 2 will feature Fresno and Fullerton. Battle 1 and 2s, and then third game on the day, women's semis. Diablo Valley versus San Joaquin Delta, and Merced versus the winner of this one. It's looking like it's going to be more fun.
Right.
Calhoun hits the first free throw. 14 points for Brianna Calhoun tonight. And Marsha, I think you made the point that College of the Sequoias done as good a job as anybody against Brianna Calhoun this game, but it just shows you what a tough out this Raider team is going to be. Reed driving coast to coast has the layup, back to a 4-point game. Still 27 seconds remaining and a timeout taken by Kenny Plummer.
Plummer alertly calling a timeout right before it looked like it went out of bounds off of Moorpark. It would have been a costly turnover, but instead it preserved the 4-point lead.
It's all about surviving and advancing, right? Surviving and advancing. High-powered teams have been limited, but they played the game, how the game has presented itself. We need to be half court, we're half court. We need to break the press, we break the press.
On replay, it did look like Sanchez did knock that out of bounds. It would have stayed with Moorpark, but the timeout. Now, does the timeout advance the ball?
Under a minute, you can advance the ball.
Okay.
As long as the timeout was called before the pass went in.
I think that's probably what they're ruling here.
And then you can advance the ball. And you can choose either side of the floor.
What a luxury. Now, when was that rule instituted? Because that's something recent, isn't it?
A couple years ago. It won't be long before the men follow.
Okay.
Right? Just because that's what you can do on the professional level.
Carrasco will bring it in the front court. Looking and gets it inside. And a foul immediately. I believe that was Herring. She takes the hard foul, but she's up. 26.7 to go.
2 shots coming. And I think the Moorpark side of it, it's a lot of energy, a lot of emotion in the gym right now with Moorpark being so close to Ventura. But a good job by the referee from getting in there, calming everybody down. Olivia Lamont, J.R. Castro, Darlene Hargrove.
Herring's been perfect from the line, 4 for 4 on the night. And Cooley hits the first.
No doubt.
Here comes Isabel Ayala on the floor, replacing Kristen Sullivan.
Herring is such a weapon because she can go inside and out. What a luxury to have 3 guards that you can pass the ball to.
Gets the roll on the second free throw, 64-58. Gill in on Rangel. Rangel gets the block out of bounds. It'll stay with College of the Sequoias. 20.3 seconds remaining. These are 2 of the better defensive teams in the 3C2A, and College of the Sequoias comes in the #1 ranked team in the 3C2A in terms of points allowed. And I think this has been a very impressive defensive performance to limit Moorpark to 64 points, but it may fall a little short. Scott's 3 is no good, out of bounds. Back to Moorpark. They'll get it back, leading by 6, 13.9 to go.
Sequoias has played a really, really tough game. They just struggled knocking down shots when they needed to knock down shots. They shoot 40%, 30% from the 3. They're in the game.
Yeah. Sanchez, their leading scorer, 1 of 16, 0 for 9 from 3.
Yeah, 3 of 24 from three-point range in the game for Sequoias, and that is hard to overcome in a low-scoring game. And credit to Moorpark. I mean, certainly that doesn't exist in a vacuum. There's a team out there playing defense, and that plays a role as well. Herring knocks down another free throw.
Yeah, and there's a game plan obviously in play. And Moorpark did a fantastic job of really running at Sanchez every attempt. They did not let her get easy buckets. And you look at the results, the prevailing results here. And how about Summerlong coming along, carrying the load, 19 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists in the game. Elijah Reed, 13 and 3. Haley Scott, 10 and 8.
Reed's 3, no good. And now Moorpark can dribble it out. They close the door here in the 4th quarter. Survive and advance indeed. They move on to the semifinals. 66-58. Your brackets are set for tomorrow. We'll come back, wrap things up very quickly here from Ventura College. It's the 3C2A men's and women's basketball championships here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. trend continues from Ventura. Moorpark, the top seed in the South. A scare, but they survive 66-58, the victory over College of the Sequoias to fill out your semifinal bracket for Saturday. We'll get to the schedule, but guys, I think it's just a lot of accolades for College of the Sequoias. A very valiant effort. They did a lot of things right, and College, or I should say Moorpark College, just a little more impressive to get the win.
They played hard. Sequoias played hard. They defended. If they couldn't get the 3 to drop, but that didn't take away from their intensity on the floor.
Yeah.
Moorpark just played a better game. Was just better in executing. And Rangel was just so tough. And then everybody else was like an orbit. She's in the middle, and everybody else is moving around her, and they're just doing their thing.
It's just the key cog in the offense. And defensively, I mean, you got some help defensively. Does everything, passes it well out of the post. You need a bucket, let's go into the post. Inside out, she can pass it. I mean, just a very well-rounded player, and you have to wonder what her prospects might be at the 4-year level. Somebody's going to be knocking on her door, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Someone who can do that. She keeps the ball high. She does a lot of things that people spend a lot of time trying to teach young bigs.
And as a coach, you salivate over. That's
you
for sure.
do. You do. So super impressive. Kenny Plummer and his staff have done just such a nice job. But Sequoias came to play.
And for anybody looking for an update, earlier in the Ventura game, there was a bit of a medical scare as Coach Ned Mercedes, head coach, his lights come out. Everybody, time to go home from the club.
If they really turn the lights out, this will be a radio broadcast. Down the stretch.
You don't have to go home, but you got to get up out of here. That's for sure.
Right.
Well, we'll just go with a little bit in the dark. We'll talk about it here. And the thing that we're talking about here is Ned Mercedes, his wife, had a seizure, and she's doing well. We'd like to report, and our thoughts and prayers are with Ned and his family. Just so gracious to us whenever we're up here working with Ventura. And it was great to hear from him and to hear from Robin Hester, who updated us on what she was going through, and she's doing well.
Some things are bigger than the game. You understand Ned tending to his wife and leaving his staff in charge. His staff has been with him for a long time, because at that point, basketball is a game. It's family, the loved ones and stuff that matters, and that was his wife. I'm really glad to hear that she's doing well.
Yeah, good news all the way around. And
a valiant effort from Ventura in that ball game, one that came down to the wire, a little bit of controversy, but really there wasn't any controversy. We saw the rule book. We saw what the rule was. We had a very good look at it on replay, and I think the call was made that was right.
Yeah, a good call, and I think we've talked a little bit about it off the air, but I think the slow motion has really allowed us to do something that we didn't get a chance to do a lot before, and that is point out what a good job the officials are most often doing here, and how many calls they've gotten right when we've been able to look at it in slow motion. So that's opened my eyes a little bit, and I'm thankful for that. But again, I think hats off all the way around to the officiating so far, and it's been very good, and we've been able to show that. And for the Pirates, just a little bit of a bad break down the stretch, but you give Diablo Valley credit. And why don't we transition to the schedule tomorrow? We'll quickly run through that before we wrap things up. Well,
4 games again on the slate. And it will be the men that will get things started off at 1 o'clock. I believe it's CCSF and Citrus. That'll be followed by Fullerton and Fresno City.
Yep. And then on the women's side, Diablo Valley, San Joaquin Delta, an all-north matchup in that semifinal. And then top seed in the South, Moorpark will take on Merced, as Merced eyes another championship game appearance perhaps, but they'll have a tall mountain to climb tomorrow, and we'll have that game for you. That'll be at 7 o'clock. 1, 3, 5, and 7 tentatively. Of course, as a reminder to anyone watching, it's always a 20-minute warm-up period at the conclusion of any game. I know we have sometimes people come in expecting the hard start at a time.
I think it's had a couple of comments on that. Hey, what's taking so long? Yeah, we just like to preface it and let you know what the logistics are here.
All start times are tentative at 1, 3, 5, and 7. They have to give the next teams a chance to warm up. Just some quick thank yous, and we'll start with this lady right here, Marcia Foster.
Hey, we have
4 games with us today.
We have player of the game accolades to throw out every now and then. And how about just the MVP of the broadcast booth, Marcia Foster?
That's really kind of you,
no
gentlemen.
brainer on that one.
Sorry, Emery. You were a close second, my friend.
That's it. Yeah, well, when you start with these two, we're setting the bar low for you. But you hurdled it.
Absolutely love being here, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And Joe Curley as well, sitting in at halftime, talking to us a little bit about Moorpark, and we really appreciate Joe coming on with us, finally.
I know, it's about time we got Curly out here.
Right?
And then we had another Joe. The name escapes me. Emery, can you update me?
Joe Hickey.
Joe Hickey from
Right.
DVC helping out at the half of that game, the DVC Ventura game in Game 3. And I think that'll wrap it up for tonight. Day 2 in the books. And we head on to Day 3 tomorrow at 1 o'clock. For everybody here at SoCalCollegeSports.com, thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.